In the last video, I showed you how to create an EMA crossover strategy, and in this one, we're going to go over optimization. So, one of the great features of NinjaTrader is that you can actually not only backtest a strategy, but optimize it. You might be wondering, would it be better if the fast EMA was shorter, like 5, look back period of 5, or if it was longer? And so what we can do is click the Run Optimizer button. And in the Run Optimizer button, all the things are the same. X on close is false. I'm running it over the same data set. It's on a day period. But instead of doing just 10, I'm actually going to click 5 to 15 as my fast EMA. And instead of 20, I'm going to click 15 to 30. And what this will do is it will test all the combinations of a crossover, 5 and 15, 6 and 15, 7 15, etc., and give us an optimization. Now, one thing I want to say, and this is important, optimization is great, but it's also dangerous because one thing you could do is over-optimize. In other words, you fine-tune and tweak your strategy so it would work great on all the historical data, but not do well at all on the out-of-sample data, the data that is going to be used when you're actually trading. Because all you've done really is taken your strategy and made it to work on only one set of data, and since there's all these different possible combinations, it's hard to tell. So you want to make sure that it's robust, but the optimization tool can help give you some insight into at least different ranges of indicator values. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and run optimization, and what we'll click here is optimizer, and what we find out is that there are a lot of different factors, but we get parameters for the fast and the slow EMA. And so we see in a series of what would maybe be the top 10 performances. So if we look at the total net profit, the one that has the best performance is the 1230 fast slow EMA. The second best is the 1529 or 1429, and the third is the 1528. I think they judged this. I'm not sure exactly the criteria they put for their top ones, which actually gives you some discretion. Here you have 1228, again 1328, 1530, 1527. So one thing that you find is that as far as the ranges, you know that it's better to have a longer moving average crossover than a shorter. Nothing in this range is under, there's one that's 11, there's nothing under 11, nothing under 10, and they're all on the higher ranges. We could actually re-optimize if we thought it'd be better to put it maybe above 30 or whatever. The one that's the most profitable in terms of just net profit is the 1228. It's very similar, I guess, to the 1230. One thing to be aware of, though, is the amount of losses. 1228 has more losses than the 1230, and so judging it based upon what other kind of criteria we would want to use, often one of the things that I like, and I think this is how I'm seeing how it judges it here, oftentimes profit factor is one of the best uses for an optimizer. In other words, how much money do you make for what dollars you lose? And you would have made a net gain of $606, and with a drawdown, a gross loss of $7. The percent profitable goes up. It's at least 50% profitable instead of the 38%. So what we find is that at 1230 or 1429 or 1428 or 1528 would be better. One thing that, if I were running the strategy live and I see that 1529, 1528, 1530, 1527 all end up in the top 10, I think that there's probably something to the 1415 area and the 28 through 30 area. So I would pick something around there. But the one with the best profit factor is actually 12 and 30. So that's how you optimize a system. When we go over various other kinds of systems, we can discuss other ways to optimize and to judge strategy development.